What's going on, guys? So, I know this looks like a review, and it's gonna feel like a review, sound like a review. Technically, it might even be a review. And I know I said I was quitting reviews a long time ago, but in this case, where I would normally do with action figures, I would do out-the-box reactions to them, much like I did with this lady right here. And you can see that on the Shoky Patreon. Link is in the description down below. But because these little guys here, the 5.2 Toys Hexanoid figures, OMEX and UNUS, they're small, and the gimmick kind of needs to be shown in a better context than I can do with my normal out the boxes. Plus, with carded figures, which is something I don't really do, um, it's a lot easier to do it this way in an actual old school Shogi reviews format. And I got these months ago, and I kind of forgot about them. They have legitimately been sitting here on this desk for months. And I haven't done anything with them at all. They've just been chilling. So the cool thing is, I love this packaging design, which is actually illustrated by Mechazone. Mechazone's pretty awesome. And I love that they come together like this in a very common writer, writer kick clash here, like bad writer, good writer in the Hexanoid franchise here. And I hope they do more. I know they planned on it, but it seems like to be a very back burnery type deal for them. They're putting out so many other figures, and yes, I am keeping up with them, in case you don't know. Once again, if you want to see things like that, Patreon. So we've looked at the full-size UNUS before, so we're going to start with OMEX. I'll move that out of the way. And very nice artwork here. Like I said, the jagged edge box is pretty cool. This would be something that probably would sell on U.S. Store shelves here. I mean, I think the normal Beast Box figures would as well. And these are non-transforming, just 3 3/4 figures for the most part. And I got ages 15 plus. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. I don't know what this symbol is. That's freaking crazy. Like the Hexanoid logo up there. And if you come to the back, well, it says a whole bunch of stuff I can't read. Legit can't read any of that. But what I'll do for myself here is I'll take a picture of it and I'll translate it on the screen and Google Translate later. So right here, you got a nice close-up of the face. You got a nice little posing here. You got UNUS there, character designed by Mechazone. Yep, and then you've got shoulder rotation and stuff. All these little arrows showing you movement, and then you've got accessories down here. 52toys.com, customers at 52toys.com for questions. You got age 15 plus, so you did that already. But then you have a Sad Pac-Man. Sad Pac-Man. Yes. It's been a while. Okay, and now comes that awkward part where we just go ahead and rip the character off the backing. This is the main reason why I wanted to wait to do this. Hey, that landed on the trash box. Excellent. Hey, box on the floor. Okay. And we rip open the packaging to make all the nerds cry. Those mint and sealed box nerds. Oh, that's not how I wanted to do that, but hey. That's kind of a cool little mold right there. Like if you wanted to have like a diorama where like they had an inside wall thing for like something. Might be something worth saving. Okay, there's a figure. Here's his tiny little accessories. We're going to chuck that way over there. Actually going to chuck that too. Also, with as small as this figure is, this is going to be crazy. Oh, wow, this is... I legit not handle a figure this small in quite some time. Usually dealing with 1/12 to 1/10 scale. I'm going to zoom in ever so slightly. There we go. All right, so I like the colors. The kind of... I don't even know what kind of color that is, like mauve, kind of. Not purple, not pink. We got metallic blue there. We got translucent blue over silver paint there. Oh, the little shoulder armor does move out of the way. That's cool. So we do get bicep rotation, though it's a little uncomfortable. Single jointed elbow with elbow rotation. The joints are so small, it's kind of terrifying. I have no idea what kind of joints these are. Little ball joints, if I had to guess. Yep, just like a little Gundam figure. The head is probably just a ball joint. Yep. The neck itself down here doesn't seem to do anything, but that's okay. Looks like we got a double or at least one large ball joint for the chest, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's just like standard action figure shiz. And let's see here. With the way the thighs are designed, that terrified me. What just happened? Oh, God. I thought that broke. It just popped off the ball joint. Oh, jeez. Okay. Does he have drop-down hips? Oh, it started to feel like he had drop-down hips until that happened. Okay, so you got thigh rotation with the big, chunky thigh armor. So it is what it is. He can kick that far forward. Can't really go very far back thanks to his little OMEX booty. I said OMEX. now I'm second guessing myself. All right, let's see. Double jointed knee. Yep, for a decent run, but it does really leave that wide open. Let's see here. We got ankle joint down here. It looks like it's probably a peg or a ball joint going up in there. You have the hinge here, and then probably another ball joint there. It's kind of loose feeling, but because he doesn't weigh much, I guess he's not too in danger of probably falling over or anything like that. The metallic blue looks really nice on the chest. And, you know, for a tiny figure, he's kind of imposing. You know? Like, 3 3/4 used to not be something you could deal with, but I think Hasbro, especially with, like, the vintage series, has really been, you know, increasing what 3 3/4 figures couldn't really be. But that ankle is kind of loose. All right. My microphone cable is in my way here. I can't rip this open. Okay, let's... So he's got several types of hands that are tiny. Itty bitty hands. Are they soft? Soft-ish. Huh. Okay, so he's got 2 holding hands, 2 open expressive hands, and he comes with a little plasma gun thingy that even the regular UNUS comes with. Let's see here. Let's do what we can to put the gun in his hand somehow, some way. When it comes to tiny things like this, I'm always wary of how we're doing things. Okay, so it's just a tiny little ball joint. Oh yeah, that was easy. Just boop it like that. Nice. No weapon storage though. No like little peg to like put it on his hip or something. Not even a side peg to plug it into his arm. He does have a hole in the middle of his arm, like you could plug the weapon in, but seemingly you can't do anything with that. Okay, let's pull that off. Let's give him his open hand. That's pretty cool. Yeah, not having a double jointed elbow does limit him a little bit and can't quite pull that arm up, but it's still not bad for what it is. The weird curvature of the gun there does make it strange. Sorry, my focus went to crap there. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the UNUS figure. Okay, so the UNUS figure, once again, very nice artwork there. And I do like that the bodies are like a reverse, like at least the upper torso is kind of a reverse design, but the bottom is the same thing, everything. So basically new chest, new head sculpt, but everything else is the same. Come around to the back, and once again I'll take a picture and do my best to Google Translate it. Okay, and then pretty much all the same stuff. Got a nice image of him just kind of waving there, kind of like that. That's nice. OMEX says it right there, very nice. Goes with a head there. All the stuff over here, whatever the heck all this is. All the same warnings, all the same contact us here. More information at 2020. That's crazy that these came out in 2020. It's currently 2023, but they didn't hit here, so to speak, until like 2021. I'm sorry, 2022. Okay, peel that off all nicely. Chuck that over there. Let's see here. Can I get him to come out in the thing? Probably not. Oh, maybe. Packaging is really well done. That's also not a terrible thing. Here's the bag of accessories. Identical stuff. And that's what I was kind of talking about. If you wanted to make a diorama thing where you had kind of a wall outlet or a regeneration chamber like the Borg or something, you know. The Borg. Alright, back to it. And I don't think we're going to get any new surprises here. It's just mostly checking out the difference between the two characters, which, you know, mostly colorization. He's colored more heroically with the reds and the grays and the silvers, you know. Pretty much, from what I'm seeing, identical mold. Yep. Nothing different. I do like the silver paint. Does look pretty good. I think this red... It's hard to tell if the red on the kneecap is painted. I think it is. All this would have to be painted over to silver. Looks really good. Man, these shoulder pads, if they're not painted, they're molded nicely. I'll say, like, you know, there's much larger toy companies that when they paint certain colors can't make it look worth a damn. But this is good. This is really good. And I got the accessories stuck to my arm here. Pull this open. Dump out the bag. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do the inverse. We're gonna make him left-handed because you can't have the good guy and the bad guy the same. Oh yeah, look at the difference here. That neon green with the red. That red over the gray looks phenomenal. Like they're doing something right in their paint work, I'm telling you. Hell, I think they've released other figures that don't look that good with their paint. So let's see here. And we're going to make him like the friendly one. Kind of like they were showing on the thing. Hi. And he's got the gun tucked way down like this. Hi. I do like the fact he's got the eyes back there. Silver paint. I think the eyes are painted green back there. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so let's see them together. Actually, I want to give him a fist hand. The angrier he looks, the better, I think. Also, I like the fact that he's got like 3 eyes and the good guy is more. They also kind of remind me of, what was that little brand of toys called? TJ Omega used to always look at them. It'll come to me eventually. But they kind of remind me of that in a way, where they're like similar bases, but different virtually everything else. You know, but you could get like a buttload of the same mold out of it. That's pretty cool, actually. That might be worth a picture. Okay, so let's zoom back out here, because like I said before, we did get an UNUS figure back in the day. And it was the kind of 7-inch, more or less, transforming version. And you can see the obvious comparison, but how much better the small figure actually is. I mean, even if they wanted to do something like a 6-inch regular non-transforming version, that would be pretty sweet. I don't know if they could do that, but it would be really awesome. And whenever they released this guy, I made kind of a prediction that they would probably be doing smaller figures at some point that would be able to ride our Beast Box figures, at least certain ones. And actually, it was this figure right here in particular, Toxicorn, that I made that call because that could fold out of the way and make something of a seat there. So this is a first attempt here at actually doing this. There's one reason why I was saying I had to do this as a regular review, because I think it would not have worked out as well otherwise. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks is you don't have the ability to like tab him into the thing. But I think if you like bend the knees and whatnot, you can get him to ride the back of the bull pretty effectively. Like that. Now, it's not going to work with every figure from what I can tell, because some are scaled to be like vehicles and some are scaled to be like animals. It's kind of a weird thing. But if you had, like, say, I don't have the Wasp out here currently. It's put away, but like I have the D10s. You probably wouldn't ride the D10s. But also, I forgot to bring out Wally. He's been sitting here completely unattended for ages, abandoned on Earth, like the actual Wally. So for actual size comparison, there's your Wally. All right, but, you know, not to be outdone by his good counterpart, you know, might as well bring out the horsey horse and let him ride him. All right, let's get him on there. Not quite getting there. You gotta finagle it a little. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I can change these up a little bit. Maybe with the way the chest folds away here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if this can be adapted slightly. Maybe not, but, you know, worth a try. So fold that up. Then put it back up there. Like, fold it down and out of the way. Like that. Wonder what that'll do for it. Because, by the way, there's no instructions or anything. Just kind of figure it out on your own. That's a little weird, but kind of works. Kind of doesn't at the same time. That's the risk you take. It's like, is it going to work or is it not going to work? So, there's that. I mean, it worked for the bull over there, and they're the same mold, so it's interesting that having some problems. It's just funny. It just like drops down out of the way. Oh well. Let me just return this to normal. Make my life easier. Because the funny thing is that, like, the way their tabs are placed, it was all sort of intentional. But I think that when they designed these creatures like this, they knew they wanted to do something, but I don't know how far ahead they were thinking. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to have a figure that can ride this. So we leave the tabs here and we leave the tabs there so that it'll be able to do it. But then when the actual thing that's supposed to do that comes out, there's no way to do that. So it is what it is. There we go. I don't even know if that was in focus. Apologies if it wasn't. There we go. Try to get a little more of a seated position. Maybe that'll make a difference. Also, try not to knock the legs out from under the horse itself. There we go. I don't think I realized how much of a difference there was in the height of the two creatures. So, oh, let me get the big guy out of the way there. So, there we go. That's them. Actually, that'll look better going the other way, won't it? Let's do this. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Definitely would look a little bit more cool with the wasp, or maybe even like the mantis. That'd look pretty cool, I think. Maybe it's because of the way the actual torso is set. Maybe that's the only real difference here. So, either way, it took months. I've had these figures forever, but I'm just getting to doing this now so I can do other things on the desk. So I hope you have enjoyed it. Do the like and subscribe thing, you guys. We're headed towards 10,000 subscribers, even though I'm not really doing a whole lot here. But I figured I've done so many in the kitchen videos, and you guys haven't seen a whole lot of what I'm actually getting in. But of course, if you want to, check out the Patreon, where virtually all that stuff ends up. It'll be worth your money. You know, I'm doing a lot. You know, a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Not to mention the uncut version of the podcast and other things like that. I haven't started any new projects, so you guys have not been missing out on anything like that, just so you know. But of course, when I do, you guys will see the end results of it. I do have the last kind of thing that I built that I also never got around to showing off, which the build log was posted at some point. So I will show that off, because now I've got the desk cleared off so I can do these things. But I'll see you guys when I see you. Till then, as always, keep on nerding.